There's something oddly satisfying about watching a demon lord start over from scratch, especially when they come back stronger, smarter, or somehow more awkward than before. Whether they're trying to live a peaceful life, accidentally build a kingdom, or just get revenge after being betrayed, the reincarnated demon lord trope always finds a way to keep things interesting. We're talking about the top 10 best demon lord reincarnation anime that actually turn out to be worth it. And if you enjoy this kind of content, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out. Now let's get into it. Coming in at number 10 is the greatest demon lord is reborn as a typical nobody, so imagine being the most powerful being in existence, getting bored, and deciding to reincarnate, just to have a normal life. That's exactly what Demon Lord Varvatos does. He becomes a teenage boy named Ard. The problem? He's still way too strong. He tries blending in, but his insane power keeps attracting attention. The show is fun, full of action, and gives off both magic school vibes and overpowered MC tropes without being too much. It's one of those anime that doesn't try too hard, but still entertains from start to finish. You may not expect much, but you'll probably watch the whole thing once you start. Number 9. How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. Takuma Sakamoto gets ice-guyed into a fantasy game world, but not just as anyone. He's summoned as his in-game character, Diablo, aka the Demon Lord. The twist? The girls who summoned him accidentally become his slaves due to his spell backfire. Awkward. But under that edgy appearance, Takuma is actually shy and socially anxious. It creates a funny contrast with all the chaos around him. The anime mixes comedy, action, and fan service, but still manages to build a surprisingly solid fantasy world. You might not think it'll be that deep, but it has its moments. Number 8. Demon King Daimao. Akudo Sai wants to become a high priest to help people. But when he enters magic school, a prediction declares him the future Demon King. Everything falls apart after that. The students fear him, authorities want to control him, and girls start randomly falling for him. It's a strange mix of action, school drama, and comedy. While the story is fast-paced and sometimes chaotic, the main idea of someone struggling against a fate they didn't ask for still hits. It's not perfect, but it's fun. One of those shows that grows on you after a few episodes. Number 7. Maoyu Archenemy and Hero. This one's different. The hero goes to defeat the Demon King, only to find out she's a beautiful woman who doesn't want war. Instead, she proposes an alliance to bring peace and change the world. They then team up to reform a medieval society trapped in war and poverty. It's more about economics, politics, and development than constant battles. The Demon King here is calm, intelligent, and idealistic. It's not the usual overpowered showdown anime, but it's a thoughtful story that uses the Demon Lord trope in a clever way. Number 6. Misfit of Demon King Academy. Anos Voldegode is the Demon King reincarnated after 2,000 years of peace. But when he enters the magic academy meant for his descendants, no one recognizes him. In fact, they treat him like an outsider. The world has forgotten who he is. Anos, being insanely overpowered, doesn't take it lying down. He crushes every challenge with ease, but never loses his cool. His arrogance is actually justified, and the show leans into that. The magic fights, the broken logic, the classic OP protagonist, it's all there. This is peak reincarnated demon lord energy. Number 5. Yusha Yamamasu. I'm quitting heroing. Okay, not technically a reincarnation, but it flips the script in a cool way. The hero saves the world, but is rejected by society afterward. With nowhere to go, he applies to work for the Demon Lord's army instead. The Demon Queen, who once fought him, reluctantly accepts. The hero now uses his skills to help her rebuild. It's funny, heartfelt, and even makes you root for the villains. The Demon Queen isn't evil, just misunderstood. If you like character-driven stories with an unusual setup, this one's a solid pick. Number 4. The Devil is a part-timer. The Demon Lord Satan flees his world after defeat and ends up in modern Tokyo. Powerless and broke, he takes a job at a fast food place. The humor writes itself. Watching a literal demon king struggle with rent, coworkers, and cheap lunch deals is oddly entertaining. The show balances fantasy and comedy perfectly. Even the hero who chased him shows up and ends up in a similar mess. You expect epic battles, but you get work drama and slice-of-life comedy. It's weird, but it works. Number 3. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, Satoru dies and wakes up as a slime. But not just any slime. He's super powerful, absorbs abilities, and eventually becomes a demon lord. The journey is the fun part. He builds a nation, makes allies out of monsters, and keeps evolving. What starts off simple becomes an entire political and magical adventure. Rimuru is calm, fair, and surprisingly strategic. The show mixes world building, action, and humor really well. And let's be honest, it made slimes cool again. Hard not to enjoy this one. Number 2, Overlord Mamanga, a powerful player in a VR game, stays logged in until the servers shut down. But instead of logging out, he finds himself in the game world, now real. As Ains Ulgaun, the skeletal overlord of a dark guild, he tries to understand the new world while maintaining his role. He's basically an unbeatable magic boss, surrounded by loyal NPC followers. The story is less about heroes and more about how a demon lord might actually rule, strategy, power plays, and domination. It's dark, smart, and oddly addictive. And finally, number 1, Arifureta. From commonplace to world's strongest, Hajime gets betrayed by his classmates and falls deep into a dungeon. There, he transforms into a cold, brutal survivor. He gains new powers, fights monsters, and eventually becomes strong enough to be feared, basically turning into a demon lord in spirit. He saves a vampire girl named Yu and slowly builds a team as he climbs out. The journey is harsh, gritty, and full of wild upgrades. This isn't your usual hero's path. It's survival, revenge, and becoming stronger no matter the cost. It might be rough at first, but stick with it. It pays off. So that's it for today's list of top 10 best Demon Lord Reincarnation Anime. If you've seen any of these already, let us know which one is your favorite in the comments. And if you haven't, well, now's your chance to fix that.